Hi friends, namaste all of you. How are you? So I hope all of you are doing good. So thanks for the amazing response for my financial literacy videos. I am speaking about how to accumulate wealth. I am speaking about stock markets. I am speaking about shares, different companies, industries. I am also speaking about mutual funds. So in the previous in the previous video, I have tried to explain 1 lakh rupees invested in fixed deposit, how will it be, what will be the maturity amount, 1 lakh rupees invested in mutual funds, a one-time lump sum investment, how much it will be. So I have demonstrated that 10 years at 4% or 5%, when you invest money in a fixed deposit, it will give you around 50,000 rupees of return, and your maturity amount will be 1 lakh principal plus accumulated interest. 50,000 put together will be around 1 lakh 50,000. Same thing if you invest in mutual funds, considering on an average return on investment at a rate of 20%, which is quite possible. I have demonstrated that it will be around 6.5 lakh rupees. That means you will get 5,50,000 return. So 50,000 if you invest in FD, 5,50,000 if you invest in mutual funds over a period of 10 years. That means mutual funds are capable of giving you 1,000% more than FD return. 1,000% more. That means 10 times literally. Okay, and again I'm telling you, I do not sell any product. I am not a consultant. I am not an investment banker. I am not into portfolio management. If you ask me, Pawan, can you advise me investments? I say, sorry boss, please go to any approved portfolio manager or any certified financial planner. I am a chartered accountant. I teach finance. I understand stock markets. I teach to the budding professionals like CA final students, CA intermediate students. So my friends who are doctors, who are engineers, who are into employment, they at times they ask me, even my sisters who are in central government service, they ask me, Pawan, we have housing loan, Pawan, we have money in PPF, I will get bonus, 6th pay commission, 7th pay commission, then festival bonus, how much I should invest, all these kind of things they ask. Okay, so what I mean to say is, these are the questions that are there in every common man in India. It is your duty to know answers to the basic questions. So today in this video, I am going to speak about asset owning. I'm going to speak about purchasing a house. So is purchasing a house a good idea? The answer is definitely yes. For your self occupancy, for you to live in own house, you should have a house. And even I remember my dad, throughout the life, he had a dream of buying a house and living in the own house, wherein we were less privileged. We were from low savings, so it is a big family, small earnings, so all the time we were in a leased house when my father was there. After that, I'm fortunate enough to purchase a house. I have become a chartered accountant. Then after that, it is a different story. But so many people today ask the same question. Now, there are different questions like point number one, I do not have a house. Should I buy a house? The answer is yes. For your emotional attachment, for your confidence level, satisfaction, happiness, and to give an impression that you are living in your own house, purchase a house. 100% I agree with you. Having said that, if you ask, shall I buy a house for return on investment purpose? My answer would be no. Shall I buy a house for tax savings? My answer would be no. Purchasing especially a flat or a house for tax purpose or for return on investment purpose, if you are doing, my dear friend, house is not at all a good investment proposal. Over a period of 10-20 years, you cannot get even 3% to 4% returns. No. Even if you give it on lease or rent also, you will not get adequate rents. Commercial complexes, shops is a different story. But residential house, especially a flat, by the passage of time, the value of the flat comes down. Even after 10 years, 20 years also, the flat which you bought for 1 crore, you will not be able to sell for 2 crores or 3 crores, even after 1-2 years. So there will be capital erosion. But still, every ordinary person, every Indian will have a dream of, I want to buy a house. Now, the biggest mistake many people do, the biggest mistake rather, I say, even I have done that. I have committed the same mistake, because at that point of time, I do not know. the biggest mistake people do is they borrow money. They take a bank loan and then they invest money in a house property. Is it a wrong idea? I don't know. I do not want to conclude, but I will tell you the pros and cons. I will give you the positive side. I will give you the negative side. Positive side is point number one, you will have the happiness that you are owning an asset. Point number two, you will get many tax benefits also on the principal amount repaid, on the interest you repay, on all these things you will have good tax benefits also. These are two positive points. Now, what is the flip side of the story? What is the other side of the story? Today, I will show you if you invest in a house property by taking a loan. These are called leveraged assets. These are called leveraged assets. Remember one rule I tell you. Remember one rule. Never, underline, never borrow money and invest in stock markets. Never do a business where you lose money by borrowing money. You lose money, doesn't matter. You experiment with the business, you be aggressive. So you take the risk, start a business, lose money, doesn't matter. But imagine you are losing money in a business where you borrowed money. It might end in suicides. Suicides, can you understand? So today I'll show, with the help of some softwares, like wherein we can calculate fixed deposit returns, will calculate mutual fund returns, will calculate housing loans, EMIs and all these things will do. So today let me demonstrate and show you what it is and how it will be when you are borrowing money. Okay, now look here. This is HDFC Housing Loans website, www.homeloan.hdfc.com/home loan you can do. So imagine I want to buy a house property with 1 crore rupees. I want to buy a house property with 1 crore rupees. Usually repayment tenure, can you believe, in case of house properties, repayment tenure can go up to 30 years. You ask any bank, I want to buy a house, give me a housing loan, I'll repay in 5 years. They will not agree. They will say take 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, depending on your age, of course. So 20 to 25 years is common. Housing loan, 20 to 25 years is common. 20 years I can say bare minimum. So I have taken 20 years here. Today housing loan interest, if you see, around 7.5 to 8% it is there. But remember one thing, this loan interests will not be same for everyone. Based on the risk factors, loan interest rates will change. For example, if you are a government employee, you will get at a very lesser rate. If you are self-occupied, you will get at a higher rate. And if you have bad CIBIL score, your CIBIL score is less than 700, then you might get a loan from maybe a bank, or preferably these people will go for NBFC. If your credit score is bad, you will go for NBFC, and then your loan rates will be 9%, 10%, 12%, 14%. So based on your CIBIL score, based on your credit track record, based on your health, based on your employment, based on the regular flow of the money, based on so many risk factors, your interest rate can go from 8% to 12%. So on an average, I have taken 9%. Okay. On average, I have taken 9%. So how much it is? 1 crore. This tenure is how much? 20 years. The rate how much? It could be 9%, it could be 8%, you can try with the 10%. So if you can see the change in the numbers. So on the middle of the screen, can you see monthly EMI? Can you see the principal amount? Can you see the interest amount? Can you see the total amount you are repaying now? So this can be 8%, this can be 9%, this can be 10%, this can be 7.5%. Now look here, to buy 1 crore rupees worth house property, if you are borrowing 1 crore rupees, you need to pay 89,973 rupees of EMI every month. This should be paid for 240 months, 20 years now, 240 months. But good news now is RBI removed pre-repayment of loans. If you, after 5 years, you have money. So you go to your bank and you say, I have 25 lakhs now, I'll repay 25 lakhs. They will accept without penalty. Before this, there were huge penalties. Even now, in case of business loans, do you know what will be the penalty? 3%, 4%, 5% of remaining principal amount. Now imagine 80 lakhs is your principal amount, 4 lakh rupees you need to pay premature penalty, prepayment penalty. But now good news is, in case of housing loan, RBI removed this. So no bank can charge any customer who is closing their loan account early. If early you got the money, if you want to repay, bank has to accept it. They cannot say, no, will not accept it. They do not have the right. Now, look here, 89,973 is just 27 rupees short of 90,000. So can I say 90,000 is what you are paying? To pay 90,000 EMI, you should earn 2 to 3 lakhs now. At least 1.5 to 2 lakhs you need to earn. Isn't it? Otherwise, how will you repay 90,000? Then you are borrowing 1 crore. You are converting your blood into sweat. And you are repaying 1 crore 15 lakhs 93,426 rupees of interest. So bank will get a total 2 crores 15 lakhs 93,426 from you. Of course, not in one day. Over a period of 240 months, you will be repaying this. Imagine you are paying 1 crore interest, buddy. You are paying 1 crore. Now, in the middle of this loan, after 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, you want to sell this property. Do you know, when you sell this property, whatever the money you get will not even be enough to close the loan. There are so many situations, so many instances where you end up with getting 5 lakh rupees or 10 lakh rupees in your hand. Not even 5 lakh, 10 lakhs will be there in your hand. The whole money the buyer gave to you goes to bank. Otherwise, bank will not give NOC, no? Unless you clear the loan, bank will not allow you to sell. So, huge amounts of money you are paying in interest. Huge amounts of money. And at the end of the day, if you are selling house in the middle, you cannot get few lakhs of rupees also. You might ask, Pawan, why? Imagine after 5 years, you are selling this house property and you are repaying loan. First 5 years, all the EMIs what you pay will go to interest only. Because your principal amount is 1 crore, no? So it will be like this. Interest payments from month 1 to month 240, it comes down. Principal amount repayment, it grows. So first 5 years practically, majority of your EMI will go to interest only. There is something called loan EMI calculator. You look at it. Maybe you'll understand better. So look here. Oh my God. So year 1, you paid 10 lakh 79,000. 10 lakh 79. In that dear donkey, 9 lakh rupees you have paid interest. I understand the whole world is running on loans. I understand. Even I have borrowed money left and right. Okay, I have to sell 5 liters of blood and 2 kidneys to repay. That is a different story. Okay, what I am saying is, borrowing money and buying asset means you are taking white elephant onto your head. At times, you cannot carry that. If you are a government employee, yes, maybe your life is safe. Or if you are in an employment which is risk-free. In corporates today, no employment is risk-free. Okay, they will squeeze you. And you do not know, even after working for 10 years, 15 years in a company also, is your job safe? God knows. Now look at this loan amortization schedule. After 5 years, if you want to close the loan account, if you are selling house property, can you believe what is the outstanding money you need to pay? 88 lakh 70,000. That means approx 90 lakhs. Now you will wonder, hello, 10.8 lakhs I paid for 5 years. That means 55 bloody lakhs I have paid. 55 lakhs. Why? Principal amount came only 12 lakhs down. Because beta, the whole balance is interest paid. Look at this column. Interest paid 9 lakhs first year, 8.7 lakhs second year, 8.55 lakhs third year, 8.34 lakhs fourth. Every year you are paying 9 lakhs interest. 8 lakhs above interest. That means the whole money is interest paid only. So if you observe over a period of this 20 years, no, interest from 8,92,400 year by year it is coming down. Principal amount year by year it is going up. So after 10 years, imagine after 10 years you want to sell this property. After 10 years, if you want to close the loan, do you know how much of EMI you have paid? 10 lakhs per annum you have paid into 10 months. 10,79,671 into 10 months. That means how much you have paid, you know? 1 crore approx 8 lakhs you have paid. 1 crore 8 lakhs you have paid. Correct? Till now 1 crore 8 lakhs you have paid. Till your closing balance of loan is 71 lakhs. Imagine now you are selling the house. You are able to sell the house only for 60 lakhs because the flat you bought, 10 years old flat. When you bought the flat, you did lot of interiors, you did lot of beautification, you did lot of work. Okay, and this cupboards and all, they are very costly. But at the end of the day, when you are selling it in the second, after 10 years, no one will recognize all these things. Isn't it? Isn't it? So the value comes down. If you are selling at 60 lakhs, you need to repay 71 lakh rupees of loan. And already you paid 1 crore rupees. What the hell this is? So do you know this kind of taking loan and buying houses will give more stress than more pleasure? Isn't it? Now, Pawan, what is the option I have? I want to have house property. What is the option? I'll give you super duper idea. Instead of today taking a loan, 10 years, work smart, work hard, accumulate money. Accumulate money. There is something called mutual fund. I told you in the previous video also. So there is something called goal. Systematic investment plans. Goal. What is this? Goal. Have a financial goal. What is your goal? Buying a house property. What is your goal? Buying a house property. So how much you want? You want 1 crore. 1 crore. How many years you will invest money? 10 years. 10 years you will invest money. What is the average rate of return mutual funds are giving in India? 20%. Is there a risk? Minimum risk. Is there a return? Super return. So the risk of investing money in mutual funds is always far lesser than risk of investing money in equity of a company. Because mutual funds are professionally run by able investors. Like, you know, portfolio managers, I mean. They are super duper people. They swam the whole ocean of investments. They understand the sectors. They understand the fundamental technical aspects of a company. They'll not invest lousily, okay? They'll not invest blindly. They will have, you know, certain parameters. Based on that, they invest. So, getting 20% is not a big deal. I do have mutual funds where I earn 60 to 70% also. But I'm not saying every time you will get 60 to 70. On an average, getting 20 is not a difficult task. Now see, 1 crore rupees I want. 10 years, every month I'll invest some money. 20% is the return I'm expecting. Look here, look here, look here, look here. Your investment is 31.91 lakhs. Just you are investing 31.91 lakhs. You are getting 1 lakh. Sorry, you are getting 1 crore. That means monthly you will pay only 26,589. Monthly you will deposit 26,589 in systematic investment plans. So usually what has to happen, I tell you, you need to pick five good funds. 5 good funds. In every fund you invest 5,000 rupees. 5,000 every month you invest. So 5 funds into 5,000, approx 25,000. So that is your monthly SIP amount. Imagine one fund is giving you 30%, one fund is giving you 15 only, one fund is giving you 12 only, one fund is not performing well. The worst performing funds also will give 5 to 10%. Worst performing funds will give you 10%. So if one best performing fund is earning 30, it is averaging now. You got my point? So 20% return on investment, invest 26,000 rupees every month in SIP. In 10 years, you will get this 1 crore. Bindas happily buy house without borrowing money. In your balance sheet, there is no loan. Imagine your balance sheet. On the right hand side, you have flat 1 crore. On the left hand side, housing loan 95 lakhs. Your net worth is 5 lakhs. But do this. So, you need a car, or you want to go for a foreign travel, or you want to save money for your daughter's education. You want your daughter to become a doctor. So that day after 20 years, when she writes JEE exam and gets admission, you'll have to spend 1 crore rupees. You want to save that money? Or you want for your son's education, you want for your daughter's marriage, or you want to go for a foreign travel. Simple. You want to go for a Europe trip. Open makemytrip.com. Europe trip will come in 2 lakhs. Even if you are going with your wife and a kid also, in 5 lakh rupees or 6 lakh rupees, you can go to Europe and come. Imagine you need to spend money also. You are saying, Pawan, I want to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower. That ticket itself will be very costly. Bro, I know. Hello, come on. 10 lakh rupees. You want to spend 10 lakh rupees lavishly. Europe trip, 17 days, 18 nights. And you know, you'll be traveling to 10 countries. 10 lakh rupees you want? Yahan 10 lakh karo. Okay. So, you save money for 4 years, okay? Every month you keep 13,000, just 13,000 every month you keep aside. 4 years you accumulate money like that. With family, 1 month you can go to Europe and come. If you say Europe I don't want to go, Indonesia is enough. Then remove 1 zero also. You want to go to Indonesia, you want to go to Singapore, you want to go to Dubai. 3 people going to Dubai and coming back, 1-2 lakhs is enough, no? Okay, especially if you are a Mallu, if you are in Kerala, like how from Andheri West to Villaparle we go in Mumbai. Okay, from how you travel from Mumbai to Pune, like that they can go to Dubai. In Dubai they do Susufai and then they come back. So how much you need to invest, you know? 1,376. Come on, dude, that is peanuts, okay? In Orion Mall, if you go to a movie in PVR Gold, 900 rupees ticket and popcorn bucket will be 600 rupees. One movie for single person. Save that money, you can go to Indonesia. This is called goal. Goal. What is this? Goal. There is a saying, okay? A ship without a proper control, without rudders, a motor vehicle without brakes, a person without planning is like, you know, when you do not have controls to the motorbike, or when you do not have controls over the ship, this is called rudders. If you do not have, what happens, you know, the ship revolves round and round and it sinks. You don't have brakes to the bike. What will happen? Accident. What will be the risk? You might die. So a person who cannot plan properly, failing to plan, is like planning for failure. Is it like tongue twister? No, it's not a tongue twister. It is out of my experience, I'm telling you. If you fail to plan, my dear friend, you are planning for failure. World's favorite sport, football, world's favorite sport, loses its identity if there is no goalpost. Imagine goalpost is not there. If there is no goal, 90 minutes bloody game, even if Messi that side and Ronaldo this side are playing also, the match is not exciting. Why? Goalpost is not there. What you are playing for? Like a stupid, like a donkey, you are kicking the ball this side and that side. Where is the goal? If 90 minutes sport loses its identity, if it is not having a goal, what about 100 years of life? Have financial goals. You want to buy house property? Have a goal. You want to buy a car? Have a goal. You want to buy a nice bike? Have a goal. You want to go on a foreign trip? Have a goal. You want to accumulate wealth? Have a goal. Daughter's education, son's education, daughter's marriage? Have a goal. You should. And remember, to conclude this lesson, I'll tell you one beautiful saying. Never, 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 underline period, never Save money after spending. First save money and then spend. If you do not have this financial discipline of saving money first and then spending, you earn 50,000 rupees, not enough to spend. You earn 1 lakh rupees per month, not enough to spend. You earn 5 lakh rupees per month, not enough. So there is no limit for this. This Pawan is not telling this. Warren Buffett told this. It is the investment principle of Warren Buffett. The Intelligent Investor, you read the book or you read about Warren Buffett. He told, never save money after spending. So when you spend money, leftover if you are saving, nothing will be left. First, the moment you get the salary, save. After that, spend. Say, imagine you are getting 1 lakh rupees salary. You are getting 1 lakh rupees salary. In your mind, you freeze it. You fix that you are getting 80,000 only. Live 80,000 life. Don't live 1 lakh life. But unfortunately, a human being, what he does, if I am earning 1 lakh rupees per month, I want to live 1,50,000 life. जोर से लगेगा बेटा, जोर से लगेगा. If you are earning 1 lakh, this is my dad told me, if you are earning 1 lakh rupees per month, live 80,000 rupees life. 20,000 rupees. So what has to happen, first of the month salary will be credited to your account. First of the month from this 5 mutual funds, 4,000, 3,000, 2,000 like that, they have to deduct this SIP amounts. You understand? This is very important. This is very important. So the conclusion of this is taking loan and accumulating properties, especially like house, in my personal opinion, is not a good idea. You might have contradicting thought process. You might have your own dynamics. I don't know. But I'm telling you with all my experience, knowledge and education, because I am a chartered accountant dealing with this finance and stock markets for 15 years. With my experience, I'm telling you, borrowing money and investing, borrowing money and buying a house property, borrowing money, buying a car, they are never good options. My friend used his credit card and then he went on a foreign trip. 8 days he enjoyed. 8 days he enjoyed, and then he converted that into 12 months EMI. In credit card, he swiped money, so he converted that into 12 months EMI. 8 days enjoyment, 358 days of bleeding. Why the hell do you need that Alpa Santosham or Kshanikānandam we call? For 8 days of enjoyment, you want to bleed for 357, 358 days? Are you stupid? Instead of that, save money, then go and spend. Then you are not answerable to anyone. You understand? So I hope this session is useful, and I'm extremely happy for the reception I am getting for this financial literacy videos and all. In the next video, hold on, I will tell you why not to invest, how not to invest money, where not to invest money. Okay, please keep watching. Good luck. Thank you.